Yes, guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Please smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, be much appreciated. Just back to talk about stats versus results. I saw some data online this morning. I thought it was quite interesting, so I've kind of looked into it, and this is what my thoughts are on what I have seen. Now, look, do the numbers lie, or do your eyes miss the bigger picture? Are you judging the game by what feels right or what actually happened? Which tells the real story, the result or the stats behind it? Guys, I don't know if you're a fan of stats. Some are, some are not. Some really have got no interest in it and they're all about the eye test. But I do think stats do have a part to play when you're kind of analysing teams and how they're playing week in, week out. I like to look at it. It doesn't tell me the whole picture. I like to obviously watch the games and kind of give my I try and give my opinion from both sides. But yeah, look, I don't know if you're a stats person or not, but I hope you enjoy this video. So what? So if you look at this chart, which obviously I've got up on screen, this chart shows each team's open expected goal difference, XGD, when the team is tied or losing matches. In other words, how well they perform based on quality, chance quality, when they need to score or come behind. So let's break it down. XGD, expected goal difference, equals expected goals for XG, expected goals against XGA. Bear with us, guys. Stay with us. Stay with us. A positive XGD means a team creates better chances than they concede in open play. A negative XGD means they concede better chances than they create. So this chart is effectively measuring which teams are most effective in open play when not winning. So the key takeaways are from the chart is Manchester United, they're on plus 0.75. Crystal Palace are on plus 0.73, are the best performing teams when tied or losing. They create a lot more than they concede in those situations, showing strong attacking response and control under pressure. Arsenal are plus 0.55 and Leeds are plus 0.45, also perform very well when behind or level. Tottenham Hotspur are minus 0.18, are below zero, meaning when they're tied or losing, they tend to concede better chances than they create. This suggests Spurs struggle to turn games around or maintain control when they need to chase the result. Burnley minus 0.93 and West Ham minus 0.61 are at the bottom, indicating they're particularly poor at generating chances when they fall behind. In simpler terms, this chart is a good indicator of a team's mentality and tactical effectiveness when under pressure. Teams at the top, proactive, good at chasing games. Teams at the bottom, passive, poor at breaking down opponents or defended transitions when behind. So this chart shows something a little bit worrying about Thomas Frank, and I know it's early days under his tenure, and you do hope things kind of get better over time. So when we're tied or losing, our open play expected goal difference is at 0.18. In plain terms, when Spurs need a goal, we actually concede better chances than we create. If you look at the top sides, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, they raise their level when the game's not going their way. Spurs really struggle in this area. And that tells a story, right? Under Frank, the system works well when we're comfortable, but at the moment we have to chase the result. I wouldn't say collapses, but it really, it's a challenge for the team. No control. There's a lack of real attacking structure and no pressure on the opposition. It's like we don't have in those moments the kind of extra gears or the know-how to break teams down. It's not just about mentality, it's tactical. If this team can't generate an XG when behind, that's what's the plan when the first half doesn't go our way. Right now, the numbers say we're one of the worst sides in the league when the game state turns against us. Yeah, the stat looks bad, minus 0.18 XG when tied or losing, but let's be real. Tottenham are third in the league right now. 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. You don't get that kind of record if you're generally collapsing each time you go behind. Maybe the stats doesn't capture what Frank's side are doing well. Game management, moments of quality, or how clinical we've been when it actually matters. Because sure, the XG might say we're struggling when chasing games, but the results say we're finding ways to win. And that's what top teams do. They always they don't always win the stats battle, but they win the football match. So maybe it's about Spurs being not about Spurs being bad when tied or losing. Maybe it's about a team that knows how to grind through rough spells, stay compact, and strike when it counts. Stats are useful, but this table is only a metric. And the real, I'm sorry, the table is the real metric, right? That just shows you, how well we're doing quite now in the league. Results, have been good. Performances, not so much. So look, Thomas Frank has acknowledged this, right, guys? He's acknowledged in a few press conferences that how Spurs create from open play and how we attack it, it's work in progress. And as fans, we will have to hope that area improves, and I think it will. Some fans will say Spurs don't have the quality, and Frank is doing the best he can. Um, with the players available. But maybe it's a bit more in the middle. Maybe attacking patterns of play can be improved with those players that we got there. Um, yes, we do need better players, but we should be able to Frank should be able to implement attacking patterns by these players that we have available to create more goal scoring chances and score more goals. So, guys, look, give us your thoughts on what I've said in this video. Um, where are you at with Spurs right now? It is kind of performances versus results. That's kind of been the argument that the home form and the home performances does need a lot of work. We have to hope it comes. Let's hope when we play Chelsea at the weekend that we get a solid performance and a good result. But where do you really kind of stand with stats? Just leave us your thoughts, drop us your comments, much appreciated. Like the video, and obviously if you're new here, please subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and as always, come on, you Spurs.